What's up, everybody? This is Malcolm, and this is Live Well with Malcolm. Hey, y'all, this is the first episode. Last week, I did an introductory episode, which I call episode 0. But that was just to get an introduction of who I am, what we're going to be talking about, and just to kind of just lay the groundwork, the foundation. But today we're talking about mindset, living with intentions, and let's stop waiting and let's just start. So y'all, please, thank you for the love, the support. Please like, share, comment. You know, this podcast is for any and everybody. Whether you take something from it or you take a lot, a little, you just share it. But hey, I'm here for you all on this podcast. Listen, I'm here just to be comfortable, to talk to you all real life, real talk, no sugarcoating, just to give you my point of view from experiences, things that I've done in life. And we're just gonna, have fun, sit back, and just get into it. You know what I'm saying? So again, the theme for this week is mindset, live with intentions, and let's just stop waiting. All right, y'all ready? Let's go. Mindset. So, changing your mindset is the foundational thing that you need to start living well. If your mindset is not in order, nothing else is going to be in order. It's just the name of the game. In order to live well, do well in life, to do anything, you got to have the proper mindset. For those who play sports, it's like get your mind in the game. They'll say, everything's 90% mental, 10% physical. And that's essentially true. If your mind, if your mentality or how you think or how you do or how you process or just your mindset, how you perceive life is not correctly in order, then the rest will follow. Okay? Now, we all do this thing back in elementary, middle school. We all do it for different jobs. It's called an assessment, or they call it self-assessment. So we do self-assessments for jobs, applications, schools, things of that nature. But when's the last time you did a self-assessment of yourself? Let that sink in. When is the last time you done a self-assessment of yourself to see where you align in life and how you align? Do you align with your old self, your current self, or the self that's going forward? And with that self-assessment, some of the things you have to look at is kind of like, what are your goals? What were your wins? What were your losses? What are some motivational things that you needed or you didn't need? What are some roadblocks? What are some things that you're great at? What are some things that like, oh wow, like I did that. I had did that moment, or like, hey, I ain't like that. Do a self-assessment. Self-assessment is the essential to start changing your mind, to also keeping your mind focused on the trajectory that you want to go. Now, with that assessment, I have 3 things that I like to look at when I do my self-assessments. And those includes my needs, my want, and my reasoning. Okay? So my needs are essentially the things that I need to keep my foundation. People are like, what you mean, Malcolm? Well, your needs are things that should always be true to self, no matter what, such as like, if you want to, like, you need a job, you need some form of education, you need food, you need water, you need air. Those are needs, those are essentials of life. But when you assess assessment, you want to kind of like, okay, things I may need: better job, financially stable, education, deeper connection with your faith, friends, family. Let me run that back. Friends and family can be needs. However, they need to be supportive friends and family who give you the support to be there when you need them. Okay, needs can be focusing on your physical, mental, and emotional health, as well as self-love. Self-love is the biggest need that you need in life. Okay? Self-love is the biggest need that you need in life. Now, the next thing we're going to type into is wants. Now, wants are things that you want to add on to who you are, or to add on to the needs and make the needs better. But it does not, the wants are not things that you say, I want this because it's going to make this. No, your wants are things that's going to make you better based off your needs. You have to establish that your needs are first, not your wants. If you cross match the two or crisscross the two, and you start like, well, I gotta have these wants, bump my knees, you're just gonna be in a life of turmoil. And some wants can be like, of course, more money, cars, designer clothes. When I say cars, it's kind of like, you need a car, but you can be okay with a Hyundai, but you don't need this Lamborghini. Okay, it's the difference. You want a car because it's going to get you somewhere, but do you want the car because of like, oh, I want this car because it's a BMW? No, you need a car, so just go drive this cash car. You know what I mean? Jewelry. Some of y'all or some people in this life want the life of Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, their favorite rapper, or whoever they may be. You want a life with someone else, but yet your needs are not in focus or in tune with that. The last thing you need, when I said you need needs, wants, and then next is reasoning. Now this is something I feel is a non-negotiable. Your reasoning for your mindset change shall only be to self-improve yourself. I can't think of no other reason that you want to change your mindset unless it's going to improve self. If it's going to be something to make you popular, stunt, get revenge, that is going to play out negatively in your life. Your only reason to change your current mindset should be to improve self, as well as to continue to change your mindset and grow is to improve self. Be like, well, what about my kids, my family, my husband? Well, if self is not taken care of, your family, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your kids ain't gonna reap the benefits. So self needs to be improved before you can do anything else. And as for me, like from a personal standpoint, one of my biggest things that I did a self-assessment on years ago is that I want everyone around me happy. I want everyone, friends, family, spouses. I just wanted everybody to be joyous, happy, just be smiling all the time. But with that, I did it, but I did it at a cost, and I did it at the cost of my own happiness. And that was one of my biggest self-assessments that I realized is that, yes, I still want people around me happy. I still want people to be joyous, but even if it costs me, I didn't mind. But now, no. If my happiness is being compromised, it ain't happening. That's just not happening. It's one of the things that I had to realize, like, I can't go around and try to make everybody else happy and compromise my own happiness. That's just one of my biggest things that I've done. And I hope that you all look into yourself when you do these self-assessment of yourself and realize, okay, what's something of me that I'm not liking and that I want to improve on, and how is it positively or negatively affecting me? Because it's going to really truly set you up for your intentions of living. People are like, well, Malcolm, what do you mean by intentions of living? The life that you have, what are your intentions of it? What are your pillars, or what are your foundational, how do you want your life to be? What do you intend your life to be? And for me, like, I live my intentions of life based off 6 pillars: faith, peace, happiness, freedom, stability, and love. 6 pillars. I've lived by those pillars since my mid-20s. Now, prior to that, still finding myself, college, stuff like that. But these 6 pillars, I've truly lived my life based off these 6 pillars. Now, some people may say, well, what if my life doesn't evolve around those 6 pillars? I'll probably tell you, hey, the things that you see in your life, they can be a subset of those pillars. And I do feel that the things that go in life, these 6 pillars can be the umbrella for the pillar that you may want. So, for instance, you may say, I want financial freedom. Well, that can be a pillar, that can be an umbrella, a subset of peace, freedom, happiness, and stability, or self-love. Hey, that falls in love, peace, freedom, happiness, and stability. Another one, well, I want to be more loyal, I want to be more trustworthy, because there's some of you all out there that you know that you're not loyal and that trustworthy, but you want to improve on yourself. Therefore, it's going to bring you some peace, some happiness, some stability, and some love, because by being those things, people will start to love you more. But if you ain't, people don't want to deal with you. So that's another self-assessment. Look into yourself and see what areas about yourself you're like, I can improve on that. I can be better at that. Okay? And the reason I have these pillars and I've used these, I've actually got a tattoo that states faith, live, love. Faith, live, love. And I would tell people if they would see the tattoo, I'm like, hey, my faith, I gotta have faith in the thing I do. I give God His glory, His grace, because He's given me a lot of mercy. He's blessed me tremendously in my life. But you gotta have faith. And by me having my faith, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. And y'all have seen my videos of posting, baby. I be living. I'm gonna live, and by living, you need to love. You need to love yourself. You need to love the people around you. You need to love strangers. You just got to give out love. Now, I don't mean you need to be falling in love with people, but just give love, give good energy. Now, in as like, Malcolm, how does the rest of your pillars? Well, by having my faith, I'm going to have peace, happiness, freedom, and stability. And in all that, I'm going to have me some love. It fuels my love. And how I look at it, now there may be times where I may fall short on some things, or I may feel down on my faith, I may feel down on my love, but they all interact with one another. And that's why they all keep me grounded with my intentions of living. Because if my faith is kind of low sometimes, like, dang, God, what's going on? But I know that love that I have for God is going to still fuel my faith. That love I have is going to fuel my faith, and that faith is being refueled to still fuel what it does have for my peace, my happiness, my freedom, and my stability. It's going to fuel the rest of those. And by fueling that, it's going to continue to keep making sure I have love within my heart for self. Okay? Listen to those. Listen to that. Faith, peace, happiness, stability, freedom, and love. Look at those pillars. See how can those pillars fit within your own life. You know, because I can assure you, they would do wonders. And again, like I said on the first podcast, everything that's for me may not work for you, and there's some things that didn't work for me may work for you. But I would like to say that if you look at these pillars, those pillars will work for you. Use those pillars as your intentions of living a prosperous life, living the life that you want to live, living the life that you deserve to live, living a life that is filled with peace, happiness, joy, whatever you may think your life needs to bring you comfort. I can assure you those pillars can address those things. All right? Now, with that, once you have your mindset is changed to give you your needs, give you your wants, and you have your reasoning, which is self-improvement, now you know your intentions of living. Your intentions of living, I want to have this, I want to do this, I want to accomplish this, because this is going to make my pillars or my foundation of intentional living prosper. Once you have that, you need to then just start doing it. Stop waiting. Stop procrastinating. Stop waiting to the next moment. That's what a lot of us do. We say, oh, I'm going to wait. I'm going to do this. Or like, I got to wait on ABC. Man, wait, forget ABC. You know, sometimes ABC can be loaded. You can go do X, Y, and Z. And then if X, Y, and Z ain't acting right, well, L and OP. Sometimes you can be waiting on something else, but yet doing something else while waiting. But just to be waiting on ABC and not doing nothing else is not proper, it's not right. It will not allow you to live the life you want to live. So stop waiting. Stop waiting, just do it. Like, if you want to plan a trip, just plan it. Look at where you want to go. What's your reasoning for going? what the budget may be. How can I get there? If you want to start saving, save. Like I said on the first episode, you can put $5 a week into your account. At the end of the year, 52 weeks, you have $260. That's better than no money. Okay? Sometimes just having 1 or 2 steps is better than no steps. But you just can't keep waiting. Don't wait on nobody else. Don't wait on your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister. Don't wait on your husband, your wife, your children. Don't wait on no job. You need to start living the life that you need to live, but take it one step at a time. Or if you got your steps planned out, just go for it. Prime example, this podcast. If I would have kept waiting, it would have been another year or 2 before I just did it. And I was like, bump it. I'm finna start this podcast. Don't listen, it may not reach the millions, it may not reach thousands, but listen, it's gonna reach those who want to understand, who want to live well, who want to just prosper. And then, again, this is just my point of view. But hey, I started it. And you should start something too. Like if you trying to get into education, go ahead and start the application and submit it. You know, if you need a new job, apply for it, research. You know, self-care. If you want to start doing more self-care, do it. Call that therapist. Book that massage appointment. Go on that walk. Do whatever is going to give you some good self-care, and don't allow what other people may think of you and how you do your self-care to stop you from doing your self-care. And sometimes our thoughts of what other people may perceive us can also hinder us from starting our journey. Let that sink in. Our thoughts on what other people may perceive us can stop us from changing our mindset, live with intentions, and just starting what we need to do. You can start something right now, and by tomorrow, it can be 10 times better. Or you can start something right now, and tomorrow, it may just be 1 time better. You can start something right now, and tomorrow, it may be the same, but the next day, it may be better. But the thing about it is, you started it. You started it. And what you started is better than the day before. All right? What I want you all to know is that in life, if you want to live well, you just got to put yourself first. You have to change your mindset. You have to start knowing your intentions of living, why you are living, what is your reasoning for living, and what joy does it bring for you to just live your life? What are your intentions? And with those intentions, how can you achieve those intentions? And some of y'all may have your intentions well thought out. And your intentions can be like, I want to start a new goal for something that's going to bring more, or something that's going to lessen this. When I say lessen, it's probably like, okay, lessen the stress, or lessen debt, or lessen things that's not really bringing you growth, but yet improving another aspect of life. So the main thing is you just have to change your mindset. Now with that, I have, a little homework for you all that I want you to look into, okay? I want you all to get a physical calendar. And I want you to write down some of your goals. Your weekly, monthly, yearly. Write down those goals and start. Just start working on those goals. Write down your intentions. I want everyone listening to write down your intentions with your life, what you want it to be. See if they fit within those 6 pillars I named: faith, peace, happiness, freedom, joy, and love. Got the wrong one. Faith, peace, happiness, freedom, stability, and love. See if your life fits within those pillars. Okay? Do a reflection of this podcast that you've seen today, of this episode. Do a reflection. See that it motivates you, see that it gives you some hope, some peace, some clarity, or if something that I may have said have given you a light so you can share to someone else. Do a self-reflection along with your self-assessment. Okay? So in summary, ask yourself, am I currently living the life that I want to live with my intentions? Is my mindset the way my mindset is because this is the life I want to live? Can I make it better? Or is my mindset the way it is now because something in my life is preventing me from living the life I want to live? Who or what is interfering with you on establishing those goals? What would you do today that you can start to make sure that you live in a better life? What you can do today to make sure that you live in a better life? All right, that's your homework. And again, I am Malcolm. This is Live Well with Malcolm, and this is the first episode. We're talking about mindset, living with intentions, and just stop waiting and just start. All right. So in the next episode, listen, we're going to get down into financial literacy and empowerment. It's a lot of information. I can talk to you about that, but we're going to give you just a little nice nugget of it. Because again, through this podcast, we're talking about finance, travel, self-care, and just being real on living a better life. So until next time, I'm Malcolm. This is Living Well with Malcolm. Peace.